Hey there.
Good evening, Mr. Graveyard Husbeard.
Yes, Mr. Forrest. Welcome to the first day of Graveyard and Forrest Take Over the Internet with Saber Rattle here.
It's like the fourth time we've done this. Well, hello, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of Saber Rattle. I am Fours FX Saber Sounds playing the role of Ark tonight, and with me, as always, is my very own Husbeard Graveyard playing the role of our lovely, lovely Metza.
Yes, just call me Grazo for tonight.
And I will be Fours Xcala.
Yes. So, how's it going? You good? I know you have. I see a little mark on your nose there.
So we're gonna move on. Busted glasses and all that fun stuff. So what do we got? What do we got going on here tonight, kids?
Let's get into this. Let's start off with our nerdy news, shall we? And let me find the logo.
And of course, hello to everybody in the comment section. Big V12 Mezzo is joining us. David Lopez, what's cooking?
Hey.
Mr. Magiwind, all there. Oh,
Yes, it's my face on nerdy news tonight, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now we go to Graveyard for our nerdy news.
Yes. So first up, the Star Wars trailer. The Star Wars Jedi Adventure trailer? Have you watched this yet?
I have not seen that trailer as of yet.
Yeah. It's an interesting trailer. I'll put the link into the chat. It's essentially. Do you remember the novels that were the young adult novels that are like the really thin Tales of the Jedi? They're like 20 pages. I feel like this is a very feel of those stories come to life in the animation style that's there. So it's very. I don't know if you watched the Jurassic Park kid crustacean period or seen that on Netflix. It's kind of in that same format.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm my kids are excited for it. I don't know if it's really a show that's going to be, our age will be watching, but who knows? It may be canon, it may not. So we may have to end up watching it eventually.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, I'll put the link into there. So I'm excited. Always good for more Star Wars content. I just think this is updated like droids or Ewoks of the 80s for today's kids. So.
Good.
I'm excited. Next up, also came out this past week, was the Marvels trailer.
Yes. What you feeling on that one?
I think it's going to be good. I think it has the right amount of comedy. I think we have the entanglement in there. It's going to be good. I think, people have issues with Brie Larson for some reason, but I'm waiting for the ultimate fight where they get control of hopefully their powers and the switching that's going on there. So I'm really excited. I know we briefly touched this on another show last week, but what about you?
The more Marvel content that we get that's kind of bringing this whole multiverse together, I welcome it. Let's go with it.
Yeah, it's amazing what we have coming up there. So lots of people on the chats. Hey, Mike. Hey, Big V. Say Wong, of course. Raji, Big David Lopez.
Saul, Swisted. Our friend Swisted. What's cooking?
Some new names in here. Winter. Haven't seen these names before. So welcome everyone.
Think of a day for us to take over, huh?
Yes. And just to let everyone know that later in this episode, we'll be giving away the Saber for hitting our next tier on subscriptions. So, just make sure that stay tuned for that. And just any comment you have right now will be tallied up at the end. If you have multiple accounts, you can go ahead and comment anytime you want. And it'll be entered in there. So going from there, let's get into the flow of the show brought to us by the one and only James Kaiser. And this is the flow artist today is Christian Castro, I believe.
All right.
Check that out. Wow, that was pretty impressive.
No doubt.
Yeah, thank you to our producer, James Kaiser, for bringing us that flow artist. And that was Christian Castro once again. And I like to shout out Swisted for a super chat here. How's it you guys haven't made a video with analysis and criticism of the sequel trilogy? I feel like that's part of a balanced breakfast or a Star Wars podcast. You know, I think we should do that. I think we should start diving into some more of that stuff there, you know?
But, absolutely.
Yes. So, without really further ado, are you ready?
Is it time for the one-on-one?
I think we should introduce him and show the clips. You want to give us the honor of telling us who you are interviewing tonight, sir?
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight there's a method to the madness that is Kyber Cave. You see, Graveyard and I have been doing this thing for other shows for a little while now, but tonight it is my honor, it is my privilege, it is my duty to introduce to you our very, very, very special guest. We had to bring this dude in all the way from California. Wait, I'm in California. We're all in California. Wait, you're not in California.
No, I'm not.
You're not in California.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm done screwing around. Okay. The owner, the proprietor, the operator, the king of Kyber Cave. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Xcala.
Wow,
dude, look at you!
I feel like all the video was like me in the chair. I wish we need to get some video of like me saber fighting or something, so I don't just look like Jabba the Hutt that's just in one spot all the time.
Seriously. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to let you all know that tonight's interview is probably one of the most special ones we're going to have here on Kyber Cave, especially Saber Rattle. We have Xcala. He's actually on the other side of the table this time. So now we get to pick his brain a little bit. Dude, how are you?
I'm good, man. Life has been exciting lately. We just had SAC Anime, not this weekend, but last weekend,
right?
Which is probably the largest event that we've had a chance to do. We've been on the wait list for over a year and a half to get into that spot. So it was absolutely amazing. We met so many new people. And in fact, a lot of those people have been coming into the store this week. So it's been fantastic. We hope to get to more and more cons. And right there, that's my autograph, Tara Strong, to the Kyber Cave. She was here last year, and I got a different autograph. And I keep bugging her. I keep telling her because she remembered me this time. So maybe if I see her next time, I'll actually get the interview. Because people that have been watching this know that the long-standing joke is that once I get my Tara Strong interview, we can shut down Saber Rattle, and we will have accomplished all we need to accomplish.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, no kidding. Well, taking a look at the comments section here, there is a lot of love and appreciation going out to you for what you've done for your community. Just for everything, dude. And on a personal note, had it not been for you and my making that Scott Pilgrim font, I wouldn't even be sitting where I'm sitting right now.
It's crazy. It's crazy to think people you meet in just little interactions, just little messages online where they can eventually end up. For those that don't know, Fours from Florida, is in California. He just arrived a few days ago. He's been staying at my house for the last couple of days. He's no longer there right now, but he was at my house for a couple of days. So it has been absolutely amazing to go from this journey where this started. I met you, God, when did we?
Over a year ago.
Yeah. Because Graveyard's coming up on 6 months. We met over a year ago just on an interview for this show.
Yeah.
And I was interviewing you about fonts that you did.
Sound fonts. Yeah.
And then now you're you were in my house. You could have been an axe murderer. Who knows?
Nope. Just another Florida man. But you know what? Screw that. Forget about me. This is about you. So why don't we get down to the nitty gritty here?
Oh, okay. What's going on?
All right. So first question. What is your, because we're gonna get into you, but I want to know, what is your Star Wars story? What made you excited about just Star Wars? What is it that you're holding on to and keeps you driven to do what it is you do every day?
Wow. You know what's funny is I'm not one where, you know, a lot of people are like, oh my God, Star Wars is, you know, I loved it when I was little, and me and my dad. I don't have one of those kind of stories. My story kind of came, you know, just like everybody else. I always loved a lightsaber when I was a kid. Everybody always wanted a real lightsaber or something you could fight with.
Right.
You
got me doing it.
That's my thing, yo.
Darn it.
Just let's see, we're coming up on 5 years in Kyber Cave. So
wow.
About 6 years ago, we were introduced to sabers that you could fight with for the very first time at a drive-through. And I absolutely fell in love with them. And then 6 months after that, my son and his brother and we all went to an event in Sacramento called the World's Largest Lightsaber Battle. And it was about 300 people in the park. But to see so many people with these amazing products, like, I was like, oh my gosh, dude, if we had a store, people would go crazy for these things. And so it was roughly 2.5 months after that, we had a storefront in Fairfield. Like, I went home and did the research and started figuring out what I needed to buy and how to get up. And we had a small storefront.
No doubt. That is crazy. So up to this point, how's everything gone? How's your relationship been with the customers? How has the feedback been? You know, being able to relate to people who are into what was like a completely uncommon thing up until 4 or 5 years ago ish.
Right. It's totally been kind of an underground thing for I guess sabering just in general. When it started becoming mass produced, around, I want to say 2009 to 2012, you started seeing the first master replicas, or maybe it was 2008. But before that point, people were making them in their garages. They would, you know, mill them out, and then, you know, they would just do whatever they can. The very first sabers didn't even have sound. So as this hobby kind of progressed, it was around the time that The Force Awakens and when Disney took over, that it went from being kind of an underground thing that, you know, you and your buddy did in the backyard to being things that you started seeing at Star Wars Celebration. And, you know, you might drive by and see, you know, people in the park playing with their sabers or something. And you started seeing academies for sabering classes starting to pop up. So for better or worse, I really think Disney was the big catalyst to making this go from an underground thing to a much more mainstream thing.
Yeah, no kidding. So tell me, what is your feeling about where sabers are going nowadays? As you know, over the last 3 years, we saw a unbelievable transition, because they used to just be glow sticks you smack things with. I mean, right, to be perfectly honest, and they were putting in the boards like this, like the CF, like the Crystal Focus, like Profi was still new back then. It was known as Teensy. And Golden Harvest was just coming into development. So, you know, you had a lot of stunt sabers. You had a lot of, and if you wanted something like a Crystal Focus or a Crystal Shard, you had to go like high end. Right. You know what I mean? Right. So with everything that's happened, what's your feeling on now that we've transitioned into there being more availability and even more affordability of things like NeoPixel, right, and you know, and boards that are pretty much going to do just about everything you want them to do now. Like they all do them all.
Exactly. And people are putting these boards not just in sabers, but they're putting them into helmets. I've seen we had a customer that took I think he took a golden harvest board and put it in his Kylo Ren helmet so that you know how the Kylo Ren has the cracks and the fractures. He had it like lighting up different colors and making it do different sound effects and different lines and stuff. It's amazing. People are putting them in their I thought this was brilliant. I saw someone put it in a TIE fighter toy. They put a board in there so that they could get, the realistic sound effects from the movies.
Yeah, I've seen it in a Millennium Falcon. It's crazy.
Super cool. Super cool. So, with me, I'll say I have two different perspectives. It's the Gemini in me, right?
Go ahead.
There's the consumer, the guy that loves and adores sabers and collects sabers. And then there's the business owner who has to keep track of all the new developments and stay on top of it and make sure that when a customer asks me about a certain thing that I'm at least have some kind of knowledge on it. The consumer, I'm absolutely in love. As the saber collector, there is no better time to be alive right now. As the saber store owner, it is crazy staying on top of how fast everything is changing and all the technology that keeps getting better and better so quickly that it's tough to keep. Is there hammering happening?
Yes. I'll mute myself while you're talking. Go ahead.
Sorry. It's amazing all of the technology happened. When I first started roughly 4.5 years ago, NeoPixel was the brand new thing. People were afraid to fight with it. But now NeoPixel is kind of the common. At least half of the people that come in asking for sabers have at least some basic knowledge and have seen a NeoPixel saber.
Exactly.
I don't even know where it can go from here, but having seen the changes that have happened this far, I know that it can't do anything but evolve.
That's very true, especially when you have boards like the Golden Harvest and like Profi. It is unfreaking real. Well, if it's cool, before we swap gears here, you want to let everybody know or remind everybody, since we have some new folks in the chat, where people can go physically basically for our California residents, where they can go to see your store physically and where to find you online. Go ahead and let them know.
Yeah, we do have a storefront. We are one of the few saber stores that has a storefront, and we are in Vacaville, California. We've had people drive as far as LA and Fresno to come up to the shop because we are one of the few places. And that's always been my big thing. Actually, when we first started Kyber Cave, for the first 3 years until COVID hit, we didn't even have a website. I know that's very counterintuitive to what people think, and with business, you got to be online. But I didn't want that. The reason I started Kyber Cave was when I ordered my very first saber from a company that shall be unnamed. It was a lot bigger and chunkier than I thought it was going to be. And it didn't fit what I wanted to use it for. Yes, it was a very nice saber. It was a great, piece to kind of swing around and play with, but it wouldn't be suitable for combat, which was what I wanted to go out, and have fun with my saber. So I wanted to start a place where people could come in, pick up the saber, touch it, hold it, and walk home that same day with it, which is why we never had a website. We do have a website now. Actually, we've shipped to, I think the furthest place we've shipped is Australia. So it's interesting now having a physical location and the website. We are in Vacaville, California. And then as much as possible, we're at cons as many weekends as we can be.
Excellent. I was about to switch gears, but I have yet another question. Go me. What is the next thing you would like to get going for the Kyber Cave store as far as activity is concerned, or public note or public appearances are concerned?
There's a lot of things that I want to do. I've had a chance to do little things, and they just didn't work out for the long term. For example, there was about a 4 or 5 month period when we were actually in the mall. And I wanted to utilize that mall space to be able to have celebrity panels. So not only be a lightsaber store, but maybe once a month have a celebrity come into the store. And then, you come and buy a ticket for $10 and you get to kind of like being able to go to a Comic-Con that's coming to your local mall.
Of course.
I wanted to be able to do that. And in some small way, we got to do that with KyberCon. We brought in John Michael. John Michael came from Korea.
That was huge.
It was so much fun. Tommy Bechtel and Eric Voss from the New Rock Stars coming out. We had Tim Donaldson, who was Jawa. So it was just Alan Fernandez. So many people. Were
yeah.
there. So it was just amazing to be able to have like these little panels that I had dreamt about doing when we were at the mall, but being able to see it get fulfilled and actually happen. And it was so cool. It was so cool to be in an intimate room with like Eric Voss and Tommy Bechtold with, 20 or 30 other people and get to ask questions that you would never, have an opportunity to ask.
Exactly.
So I'd love to be able to do that again. Another thing is in our last location, because it was much bigger than where we're at now, we used to do weekly battles every Saturday night. I'd love to get battles going again. I've had a ton of people ask me about doing battles again. It's just a little hard to manage because I also do Kyber Cave Productions, which is the YouTube channel that we do, which is completely separate of Kyber Cave.
So Adna Pine in the chat is asking, what is the next con you're going to be attending?
The next con is not this weekend, but I think next week in the military. Huh?
Yes, 29th.
Yeah, the 29th. Sorry, my shop manager's in.
Hey, Steven.
Yeah. I am at the Kyber Cave right now.
Yes. I know what it looks like now.
You do know what it looks like. So yeah, on the 29th, we'll be at a military toy con here in Vacaville. I know the one that we're really excited for is May 4th. We'll be at the Cal Academy of Sciences. Is that what's for a night thing where it's like adults with drinks and stuff like that. But it's money to spend.
That's awesome. All right. Well, thank you for letting us know that. Well, shifting gears.
Well, happy birthday, David Lopez. We'll send you a keychain on your birthday.
And happy birthday to Dave. So shifting gears really quick. Many of the folks in the comments, they're kind of some of them might be unaware of the other side of things. Now, you, Mr. Ark, are not just the father of Kyber Cave. You are the father of Kyber Cave Productions. And since I've been a part of the family, man, oh man, this Kyber Cave family has grown. It has evolved. It has taken off. Share with us some of like your feelings on just how it's gone. I mean, we have broken out into gaming on Wednesdays, gaming on Thursdays. We have Kyber Cave After Dark, the main show on Friday. We have the Nerd Out on Saturday mornings. We have Saber Rattle on Sundays. Monday we have the Retro out and Hearts of Kyber as well. And Monday we have the Retro Alcove. We literally
7 days
Kyber Cave Productions has something going on every day of the week. If it's not you, it's me. If it's not me, it's Mezzo. If it's not Mezzo, it's Graveyard. We are doing everything everywhere all at once.
That's why I love that movie, man.
So with everything that's happened, everything that's grown, where we are now, dude, talk to us about it. How are you feeling, Kyber Daddy, on like just with everything happening?
Oh man, dude, it's like surfing on a bear, dude. Like I feel like there's always present danger, but it's always ever present and exciting. When we start, okay, so that was another example. We started this channel 2.5 years ago in response to COVID. COVID really changed everything for Kyber Cave. It changed everything.
Coronavirus changed the whole game.
For a lot of people in a lot of different ways. We are a very social store. We are about togetherness. We are about bonding. It's a place I've often called Kyber Cave the island of misfit toys. It's where It's where people felt comfortable when they didn't feel comfortable other places.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, so you got people that, you know, we had couches in we still have a couch in the Kyber Cave. It's just much tinier. But when we were bigger and we had the dojo, we had couches so that people were invited to come and just hang out. And unlike a lot of other businesses where they want you to buy your product and get out as quickly as possible so they can get the next body in, I was a place that wanted to encourage people, if you just kind of needed a place to get away or hopefully run into a friendly face, you know, come hang out at the Kyber Cave.
Right.
So, you know, I'd like to get back a lot more to the social things that we were doing, but right now it's been kind of crazy because when Kyber Cave was having difficulties through COVID, and thankfully we survived. I know so many business owners that didn't make it, especially small business owners.
Sure.
That couldn't stay on top of it. I don't know how we survived, but somehow we did. And now it's just trying to come back up and build back up to where we were, you know, before COVID happened. But now, you know, we have a website now that we do. We're doing cons now. We weren't doing that a lot before COVID. So, yeah, a lot of big changes.
Yeah, no doubt. And I'll tell you what, man, this Kyber Cave family has grown into a really serious family. Like there's no bad blood in this family, dude. Everybody has that heart of Kyber about them. Look at these segues. Look at this stuff. No, seriously though, like, I mean, I love our family. I love being able to finally meet everybody in person. This is quite, at this point, having be 4 some odd days in now, this has been a life-changing experience for me. I'm so grateful, and everybody, I can speak for everybody when I say we are grateful for you, dude, for having the intuition to kind of jump on this Kyber Cave venture, you know, to have your storefront, to visit these cons, to interact with these customers, to do this in person, to do this online, and then say to your family, your close family, what can we do to branch out further? And then it started with Mezzo, and then to me, to Graveyard, to Anthony. Like, now we're all doing something that just stretches that family's arm out and says, come on in, because at its very core is the cave. The cave is the core, and this is where we dwell.
For the first year and a half, I had a side comment, my ADD brain. For the first year and a half, we only had the one show, Saber Rattle, and it was me with various other producers who have, you know, had life changes. They've come in, they've had other jobs that they've had to do. Never been any bad blood, just people move on. Really, I'll tell you, one of the big differences, we started Kyber Cave after dark shortly. I think we did one episode, and then Anthony Allen came on as a host for that show. And I really think that having Anthony on that show really helped that show kind of stick around until the rest of the family was able to be kind of formed around.
I see it.
I don't think without his wit and his fun on the show that we would have made it past the first few months to even build the family part. Do you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. So, I agree with you.
But now what's been amazing is once the core Kyber Cave After Dark family built, like most of those people, you, Graveyard, Mezzo, Aubrey, everybody else has branched out into multiple other shows. So, like, how many? You do what? 3 shows on Kyber Cave After Dark?
I'm part of a couple shows. I've done 2 or 3 shows. I'm still actively doing 2 shows. I mean,
on top of Distance Nerding, which came
and I host
through.
Distance Nerding. Jeez Louise.
Graveyard does multiple shows. I do 3 shows.
Oh, Graveyard's a monster.
Graveyard does Retro Alcove. He does Thursday nights with you. He does the Nerd Out, and he also does the Distance Nerding. Tuesday or Thursday?
Tuesday. Well, he's on. So I'm on Tuesdays and Thursdays. He's on Thursdays, but he will make an appearance sometimes at the end of Tuesdays.
Right. And I absolutely love, if you look over, I mean, I love the community that's built on the side. This message, I looked over at one moment for a while ago, and I was like, they were talking about Cocaine Bear. I have no idea what is going on, but I absolutely love that, like, a community of friends has been built up through Kyber Cave.
No doubt, man.
Where they have a
Seriously.
place once a week to come and check out their other friends of the forum and talk about Cocaine Bear.
So I know earlier on we briefly touched on what it is you want to do with the storefront in the future, but tell me, put out into the universe what you would like to see Kyber Cave, not just Kyber Cave Productions, not just the storefront. I mean, you're the patriarch. What do you want your dream to be for your customers, for your family? What do you want? What is it that you're looking forward to in these next few years?
Oh man, dude, I have to say I have the, as far as the store and selling, we have the coolest job on the planet. Like, nobody walks away without a smile, unless maybe they can't get the saber that they want. But we have the happiest job on the planet. Nobody can help but turn into a 7-year-old again when they hit that button and they hear that iconic buzz and get to play with something that they've dreamed about playing ever since they saw their first Star Wars movie. I want to be able to build more on that in any way I can. Right now, we are working with TXQ on our very first saber design, which I hope will be out within the next 4 months or so. I would like to get more of our exclusive things out because we do distribution as well. So if you live in Nevada, you can find Kyber Cave sabers at Toys and More. What's the name of the shop in Utah that we just started? Do you remember?
Toys and More is in
Nevada.
Toys and More is in Reno. Five Titans in Fallon, and
Utah is the one that I'm looking for. I
don't know the name of his store.
We just started a brand new relationship. So the point of the matter, we have a Funky Chicken in Fairfield as well that carries our sabers. So it's kind of cool to start to see our sabers, our distribution ending up in other stores around the country. We're slowly starting to invade like Corseps.
Yeah. I'm trying to talk to a local place here where I'm at to get to your sabers here too. So yeah.
Oh, we have, and for anybody else that might want to carry our sabers wherever they're at, if you go to our website, kybercave.com, there's a page that says bulk discounts. And we do distributor discounts up to 40%, which is pretty much unheard of with a lot of distribution. We do 40%, and then you can do markup. That's a whole nother thing. But if you're ever needing a side gig, sabers are a nice little way you can, if you have a flea market, because a lot of times you don't have competition. And most people haven't seen these because they're usually sold online. So when you have it, live to offer, most people, product insert. Most people absolutely love that. So let me know.
And for the production end of things?
Oh, for the production end, dude. I was just telling Graveyard, dude. Kyber Cruise 2024. That's what I'm pushing for, man.
I meant specifically for the shows, but okay.
That is for the show. Dude, when we had Eric Voss and Tommy Bechtold here for KyberCon 3, after the con was done, I took all the celebrities and all the volunteers who helped volunteer. Their payment for me was to go to dinner with the celebrities. So I got to sit right next to Eric Voss and hear about the early days of New Rockstar and how they made it through and how they built their organization, and when I look at what we're doing compared to what they're doing, there's no reason we can't do the same thing. I'm not saying we're the same show, and I don't want to be the same show. I'm not trying to be New Rockstars, but if they can have that type of success, there's no reason we can't. And I don't, even at half that level, at half the success that they have, it would probably get about 75% of our people free. And when I say free, I mean just so that they wouldn't have to go to a 9 to 5. You'd still have to work on videos, but it's a lot more fun than sitting in commute traffic.
We know about that now, don't we, Graveyard?
Yeah, a little bit.
Graveyard, you got anything for the Papa?
Yeah, I want to bring up a question that Andrew Barber asked earlier is what's the next big development in Sabers? Obviously we have the whole gangbuster thing that Disney showed off with the lightsabers going up. I mean, where do you see that going as far as the Saber community goes?
So okay, so I don't know if I should do this because I don't want to be the bad guy. I'm gonna burst some bubbles here. That saber that everybody is excited about, that they see, the Disney product where it lights and extends out. You have to understand that it's very cool to look at. They even previewed a version of it about a year ago, and when they were announcing the Galactic Cruises. And one thing I want you to note when they did it, Rey turned on the lightsaber, right? It goes up, then she ducks down and stands up again and starts fighting with the saber, right? When she ducks down, she picks up another saber that she can actually fight with. The one that extends out like that would be like fighting with the tape measure. It's not an actual like solid blade that you can hit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited that these little, because I always think even these little things advance the entire culture of the hobby, right? So because people are thinking about it, somebody's going to figure it out one day. Yeah. Somebody's going to figure out how to make a collapsible blade that I can actually fight with. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but do you have? Yeah, I mean that's great. We
What's
all
up,
would
John?
love it. We would all love it. But any other news like thicker blades? Do you think that we'll get more capable sound font chips in there to be able to do a lot more?
I know that's going to happen. My thing is I can't imagine what it's going to do. They can already do amazing blade effects with the NeoPixel if you know how to do programming. Forrest will tell you can do just about anything you want with sound. It can be done.
I can answer that question briefly, but I'm not going to take long to do it. So just for a moment, let's talk blades for a second. So in the community, we have a couple of folks, Ripper Blades, Gary and V Ripper, and then you have the Saber Trade. Now, both of these companies offer a very unique type of blade that's non-combative. You're not supposed to fight with them. These are blades that go in your saber that actually have NeoPixel built into them now. It's actually quite the recent development because they actually before had to go in and just be the LED built-in saber blades. But these blades are set for your more, how do I say this? Unique designs. For example, like the dark saber. That's not a traditional lightsaber blade. That's like a machete. And these companies, Ripper Blades, the Saber Trade, they design these particular blades that have the NeoPixel built in so that they will be movie accurate, show accurate, video game accurate. Right. So on the blade side of things, you have that. Now your boards inside your sabers, those are ever evolving because we've gone from having new hardware. Again, let me reiterate, Crystal Focus 10 or CFX, Profi, or Golden Harvest. These, I want to say that for the Saber, for the sake of the Saber community, I'm not going to say it's ever evolving hardware. We are now at a point where it's now evolving software. These things are getting updated. Their new code is being written into it. A lot of stuff is Bluetooth now. That's voice activated stuff. Right. Bluetooth, and then there's features. There's new features built into a lot of these things because it used to be swing, clash, start, extend, retract, geez, I'm crow. Why can't I think of this stuff tonight? Blaster block. And now there's a feature, excuse me, there's a feature called melt where, you could do that Qui-Gon Jinn melting through the door thing that is now available on Saber. So that's, so to answer that question in the comment, we're building from there. Everything that we see Sabers do on the shows, the movies, everything, these programmers are going to integrate them into these boards.
Yeah, and Mike had mentioned smooth swing being a newer thing. People are
Not really. Smooth swing's about 3.5, almost 4 years old now.
Right. Well, you're seeing it a lot more widely used. A lot of the like Chinese sabers. When I first bought my very first saber, I will say didn't have any kind of a chassis. Now I think a chassis is almost a pretty much expected thing nowadays.
Standard.
Right. When I bought my first saber, the battery pack was all jiggling around, and you wouldn't see that from a majority of companies nowadays. So everything is moving really quickly. The 3D printing, I think, has really been able to change and evolve the saber industry and kind of give us, like I said, those chassis now they can make one and they don't have to keep recreating it each time. It's been amazing. I'm excited to see where sabers are going to go.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Do you know this?
Hey, really quickly too, I did want to say, since I saw we got my man AbiliTV's and we got Alex there. Those are my boys from the show we do, Hearts of Kyber. We are doing a fundraiser this month. We have 20% off on all of our sabers on our website. And if you use the code AbiliTV, that will get you that 20% off. On top of that, an additional 20% from your purchase is going to go into a GoFundMe for our man Jon right there. We are trying to raise money for a new wheelchair for Jon. You can check out one of our past episodes. There's a whole story on it. But just know he's been battling with insurance for like 15 years. The man just needs a new wheelchair. It's not too much to ask for. So we are trying to raise money to get the man a new wheelchair. Yeah.
No,
I have spoken.
And Jon's another one of the Kyber Cave family. He is family, and family helps family.
Exactly. Oh, Hana.
Do you guys know what the Xenoboard is that Matt's talking about?
Xenoboard is LGT. That's Dark Wolf Saber. Johnny Collado, one of our good friends with Kyber
Wolf Paw.
Yes, the wolf pack in the house. He is the creator of the Xenoboard. And it's like this really, it's a high-end RGB kind of Xenopixel middle ground. It's really hard to describe. It's much higher than RGB, but not quite a NeoPixel.
Right.
Was that what you would say?
Yeah.
Forrest?
Yes, absolutely. It's also what I love about Johnny is that he made this an affordable option. It's for people who that they're not 100% ready to invest the 500 plus into a really top-notch saber. With something like the Xenoboard, you can get your feet wet and you will still have just as a magnificent experience.
Exactly. We have an equivalent with us with TX. If you were to look on our website, when you look at the pixels, ours is called SN Pixel, which would be kind of the equivalent of what Johnny's doing with his Xenopixel.
Yep. Absolutely.
So, yeah, thank you. Good, excellent question.
Yeah, very much. Still love in the comments. Dude, so much love in the comments for you, man.
Thank you guys. I love you. It's all about love back to the community. I feel like, what comes around goes around. And I've been very lucky. If it wasn't for a lot of people here, we would not have made it through the pandemic. Every once in a while, people don't realize, sometimes just buying that one saber helps me pay rent. Getting that one t-shirt helps me pay for my employee so that he can pay for his rent. Yeah. He said much appreciated. Yeah.
What about Say Wong's? Any news on? I don't know what any of that.
Irv Plector. Irv Plector is the proprietor of Plector Labs. That's the company behind CFX. He's
Crystal Focus.
Yes. So he's talking about CF11. Even I haven't heard about CF11 yet. Say Wong, I don't know how that's going to change the game. I don't even know if I'm going to have to go back and change things in my fonts. I don't want to, but apparently I guess that's going to be a thing. So, we can get some information on it, and maybe Metzo can report on that in the next episode.
Sounds good. And I would say thank you, Rogue. Thank you, Rogue. I love you. It's so much fun doing these videos every week, and I'm never really sure, sometimes in the beginning it was just like talking into a void. Now I actually have friends to talk to, so I don't have to feel so insane.
Void friends.
Void friends. Yeah, it was so cool when Aaron came out, and I was like, wow, Aaron has legs.
He does.
Aaron being fours.
I've known this guy for a year now, and I've never seen his legs. So he does walk.
Metza says, what am I doing? Metza, we're going to get some information on the Crystal Focus 11 in the Saber community so that y'all can maybe talk about it next week. It's not a live, like a couple minutes segment or something. I don't know.
Yes, and happy birthday, Alex. Your birthday was between our shows, so we didn't get a chance to say happy birthday, but Alex hangs out with us on Hearts of Kyber as well. So sorry, I'm just trying to see like these comments. Some of these comments have been going so fast, I haven't been able to keep up.
Yeah, and it's really
like,
cool. And shout out to the comment section. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. It's a great thing. We know why many folks are here, but at the same time, we really appreciate the love and support that comes out, especially that we have been able to have Mr. Ark in the hot seat instead of the pilot seat.
Yes, it's very weird being on this side of the questions. I'm used to being on that side of the questions, and next week I will be back on that side of the questions. Ha ha ha.
Okay.
I want to give some quick shout out and love to Mezzo and her mom. Mezzo is helping her mom, which was she can't be on tonight. Her mom had to get knee surgery, and Mezzo is the dutiful daughter. So without Mezzo, this show and a lot of what we do at KCP would not be possible. So one love there. And Duran won. I think. Did you win the Dark Saber or did you win the Saber before that? Duran won one of our Sabers. So if you win tonight, I know you're not eligible. Yeah.
And I didn't even put my name in the chat, so I'm going to give everybody a chance to win something.
Oh wow. Well, I think if you type anything, your name automatically goes in there.
Yes. So,
okay.
Anything else you want to say to us, fan, before we let you go?
No,
before we boot you off.
Well, at first, I want to thank the two of you. Mezzo, John is in the chat. I want to thank the KCP crew because for the first 2 years, it was usually just me and one other person, and now it is absolutely amazing to have content 7 days a week from so many other people that care about KCP as much as I did, for so long when it seemed like I was just out there by myself. So now to have this family and this community, and we only grow from here. We just hit 1,000 subscribers. Not even a month ago? Three
let's go.
It's only growth from here. So I'm excited to see this community grow. I'm excited to see people get more sabers. I'm excited to see more activity in the chats. I love all the friendships and connections that happen here.
Oh, yeah.
Swisty gives us a hard time on the gaming stuff too. I love it.
That Mike was the one that won the Dark Saber.
Okay.
Yep, there we go. You are welcome, my friend. Thank you so much. If anybody needs a saber, just send them over to Kyber Cave.
So where can we find you, Mr. Ark here? Give us your pluggables.
I am. You can find us at kybercave.com. I handle a lot of our Facebook. So if you do Facebook on Kyber Cave, I do a lot of that. We have an Instagram. I'm really bad about that. I know KCP has a TikTok, and Metz does she runs a lot of the KCP stuff, but she and I kind of work together, and we kind of talk through everything that's going on there. The store is open 4 days a week here in Vacaville.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a perfect 5.0 rating on Google and Yelp and a 4.9 on Facebook because someone didn't like a meme that I posted once. But please come check us out. I think the thing that separates us is we don't necessarily have the cheapest prices, but we always we try to have the best customer service. If something is not happening on time, if you have any questions, we try to get back to you right away and always keep you informed. I think that's why we have a perfect 5.0 rating, is because nobody ever leaves Kyber Cave unhappy. Even if things didn't work intentionally the way, maybe I don't know, a power plug was broken when you brought it home. We replace it right away, and we'll usually send you some chopsticks or something for your troubles. So we try to take care of you the best that we can. I'm a slave driver to Steven over here, cracking the whip, always making sure that our customers are happy.
Well, I'll tell you what, brother. From the KCP family to you, we love you. We love you so much, dude. You're not just the patriarch. You're our brother. You're our friend. You know, I can say personally, I have no shame saying this on the internet, that, you know, I was in a bad place. Kind of still am somewhat, but had it not been for you, had it not been for this family picking me up when I was down, I wouldn't be here. I just straight up wouldn't. And I owe you guys more than you know. And I'm going to keep plugging away for this family, for this channel, and make it the best it very well can be, because it's worth it. You know, Kyber Cave isn't just a store. It isn't just a website. It's not just a YouTube channel. It's a family. It's a major, major part of my life. And I would be crushed without this family. So from all of us, dude, to you, we love you. You're the patriarch, and keep trucking strong.
Thank you, man. I love you guys. I honestly wouldn't be anything without all of you, and without Mets, and without the support of everybody else. I'm just lucky enough to know a lot of really smart people that are very passionate and kind and do amazing stuff, just like you guys all do. So I'm going to keep that going as long as you guys are right there.
We're here.
Woohoo! Thank you guys for a wonderful interview. I appreciate you.
You're so welcome.
All right. Thank you, Eric. We'll see you on the flip side.
Peace.
You're like, it's
That's the best thing I've ever seen. I need that. I need that in my collection, dude.
Oh, we gotta get the big laugh.
When I get an instant message or something, I want my phone to do that.
Yes, I made sure that we didn't see it beforehand, so we would be perfectly surprised by it. All right.
Oh, well, I needed that in my life.
All right. Before we go into Comic-Con Adventures with Kevin Hogan, I always make sure everyone here, make sure to comment in the chat. We are going to be tallying this up after the Comic-Con Adventures with Kevin Hogan. So let's go ahead and roll that, and we'll see you after that.
Hello, this is Kevin Hogan from Northern California with another episode of California Comic-Con Adventures. On the weekend of March 25th through the 26th of 2023, our friends over at Ohana Comic-Con had a fun weekend traveling up and down the state of California there. On March 25th, they visited King City, and on March the 26th, they visited Salinas. Got a chance to see some local cosplay friends there at their afternoon cosplay competitions there. Ohana Comic-Con, as you know, visits a different city every weekend there. Sometimes, like on this weekend, they get to visit 2 different cities there. It's a great chance to hang out some local friends there, see the cool costumes they make there. Usually they have their cosplay contests around 2:30 in the afternoon or so there. Get to see some local artists there showing off their cool drawings and art there, and other cool souvenirs they have for sale there. It's usually a local event there with free parking nearby, like at the Veterans Halls or Elks Lodge and such, so it's a great thing whenever they come near you there. Also that same weekend, on March 24th through 26th, was the WonderCon event down in Anaheim, Southern California. We got to see hundreds of vendors there fill the Anaheim Convention Center, and many, many cosplayers there showing off their really awesome cosplays. So it was a great time getting to see all the awesome stuff going on down there. And for those of you looking forward to future events, definitely want to check out BabsCon 2023. That's the My Little Pony Con. That's going to be in Burlingame of the South Bay area there on April 7th to the 9th, 2023. And also up in Northern California there at the Roseville area there near Sacramento on April 7th and 9th is going to be SAC Anime at the Roseville Event Center there. Definitely want to check that out there. Well, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy the pics, and we'll see you out there at the next Comic-Con.
thank you to Kevin Hogan for that. He's always at a con every weekend. It's amazing how much he actually gets to go out. It's really amazing. Like I said, you're in California now. I have no idea how many cons are there. It seems like at least 2 or 3 a weekend.
Apparently, I mean, Florida. I can tell you, Florida has like 4 major ones a year, and you got to drive to get there.
Mm-hmm.
But enough about that. Let's move forward.
Yes. All right. So everyone, we're giving you a last minute here to put in your comment. You got to say is hi. If you have multiple accounts, you can go ahead and put in multiple entries. Your name will get in there. So just a quick couple things about this Saber giveaway as we get into it. The new rules is that, because we're going through this so fast, is that if you won a Saber in the past 6 months, you're not eligible to win a Saber for 6 months. So we got to make sure we have that. We are keeping track. So like I said, make all your comments, get all your extra channels and different accounts in there, get as many things in there as you possibly can. Second off, if you cannot come get the lightsaber from the shop, you will have to pay for shipping. I think generally when I won last time, it was about $15-ish just to get to me in Indiana here. So keep that in mind. If you're able to go to the shop, you can pick it up. And when we announce the winner, make sure to contact Kyber Cave at it. And it's Kyber Cave. You can go .com. You can go through the Facebook account or kybercave@gmail.com as well. So let's go ahead and show. Oh, let's show the pick of what we are going to win today. Raider Saber. That looks epic. It really looks epic. I'm excited for it to see who gets it. I mean, I just ordered the Graveyard a couple weeks ago. I'm waiting for that to come in.
And it's good. And that will actually make a very nice flow piece to anybody who enjoys doing technique and whatnot with their Saber. So good. Hey, best of luck to everybody. Let's do this.
Yes, and it is the standard font. You have the 12 different colors. There's Arc says red plus 11 more. You don't need any other color. It is TXQ and it is RGB. So let's make sure we get that going. So just waiting for a couple more comments. Oh, we have a couple more comments in here. So we have Say Wong in here still commenting. Jessica is in here, and look who else we have.
Why? Look who else we have.
Oh, yeah. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to start collecting comments. Let me share my screen here.
Good luck, everybody.
Yes. So, all right. You ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Drum roll, please.
Hold on. I got it.
Oh my goodness.
Stephen Harris. Congratulations, Stephen. Make sure to if get a hold of us, if let us know. Make sure you comment it and make sure you get into the Kyber Cave Facebook account to get your name in there, get all your info for us. So congratulations, Stephen, for winning the Raider Saber. I mean, that looks great.
Awesome.
Yes.
Get yourself a new Saber.
Oh, yeah. All right. Without further ado, let's get into the talk of the town, shall we, sir? Psych, we're back for another.
Oh, check it out. We're back. So we're going to skip the details, but ladies and gentlemen, we are going to re-roll for this Saber. I hope you're still here. I hope you're still with us. Graveyard, let's get it.
Let's do it.
That was funny. I'm sorry. Who wins it? Come on, come on. Ooh, for a second. All right, that guy, Nick.
Yes.
Nick, congratulations.
Yeah, so make sure to contact Kyber Cave at kybercave@gmail.com or go to Kyber Cave's Facebook and message us there to make sure we can get that Saber out to you. Once again, congratulations to that guy, Nick. It looks like he was a newcomer too. So
I love that guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, without further ado, this has been the week of Graveyard and Forest taking over the internet. So,
hey, pluggables really quick.
Sure. Where can we find you?
All right. So I'm not going to do pluggables as much as I'm going to just kind of. I'm not going to do pluggables just as much as I'm going to kind of just let everybody know what's going on. So first and foremost, I am ForZFX. You can find my work on saberfont.com. If you buy a Saber from Kyber Cave, go to saberfont.com. Support the work that I did. Support the work of my friends, Juan Sith, Harry Solo Fonts, fantastic font makers. And be sure to support our sister channel, Distance Nerding. Graveyard and I, you can find us there Tuesdays, Thursdays. It's fan-friggin-tastic stuff. As well as coming up this week, you've got all the Kyber Cave production things happening. Monday, you've got Retro Alcove. It's all going on. However, this week we're going to be kind of subbing on Distance Nerding and Graveyard. Where else is everybody going to find us?
Everywhere on Kyber Cave Productions,
Everywhere.
All right. On that note, you guys have a good night. We'll see you.
May the fours be with you. Stop it.